enjoy a good ghost story?
Like the ones in your book, Bleak Spirits? You bet, Uncle B.
Grand. Because I need you to star in one. An acquaintance of mine, Lady Edna Saltcoats, called from her estate in Sussex. A ghost is haunting one of her guests there in Malford Manor. I need someone to investigate straight away.
Yikes! If we hurry, we can get back by tea time, Uncle Basil. And we'll have a great story for your next collection. Come on, grab a jacket and let's hustle to Victorian Station. We're going to Malford Manor to meet Lady Edna Saltcoats. Uncle Basil phoned ahead to let her know we were coming. Malford Manor is in West Sussex. To get there, we take the train south to Brighton. Let's go.
Splendid to see you, Jennifer. Welcome to Malford Manor. I am so glad you could come. With this ghost affair, I am just about at my wits' end. I have 3 girls staying here as my guests, the best 14-year-old tennis players in all of England. They teach at a summer tennis camp up the road. But today, one of them, Kelly, is quite upset. She claims she has heard her great-great-grandmother talking, and that she's seen her walking in the garden. Now, Kelly seems determined to give up tennis altogether. I believe that it's because she thinks her great-great-grandmother, Lady Winifred, told her to. But, children, Lady Winifred has been dead for 100 years.
Please tell us everything you know about what's been going on, Lady Edna.
First, Kelly Apgood came to me and asked me if anyone was walking in the garden the night before, dressed in a Victorian gown. Of course the answer was no. Then this morning she came to breakfast quite upset. She said she had decided to give up tennis upon the advice of her great-great-grandmother. Well, this was a fine kettle of fish. She told me just a little about her great-great-grandmother, Lady Winifred Apgood. Seems she's a black sheep in the family. She left the family in disgrace in 1880, never to return.
Where's Kelly Apgood now, Lady Edna?
I wanted her to get away for a bit. All the girls went to London to have a holiday. I'd look for them at the Oval Cricket Ground. They love to watch tennis there. And would you dears do me a favour? Check up on my friend Mr. Dumont at the British Museum's library. I've rung him about the matter and he's reading up on everything he can find about Lady Winifred Apgood.
Look! Someone tore out 2 coupons for free admission to the Natural History Museum. Maybe we can find Kelly Apgood there. And here's a letter from Jeremy Apgood, addressed to Catherine Boyd. Who are they, Lady Edna?
Jeremy is Kelly's older brother. Cathy Boyd is one of the tennis stars staying with us. I wonder why they would be writing to each other. Kelly Apgood said she saw the ghostly Lady Winifred walking in the garden. Perhaps we can find a clue out there.
This is Julia Beeswing, Lady Edna's friend and housekeeper. Good morning, Julia.
Good morning, Miss Eagle.
Julia, we were wondering if anything unusual happened in the garden a few nights ago.
No, nothing unusual, Miss Eagle. A girl trampled the snapdragons, that is all.
A girl did? How do you know, Julia, if I may ask?
Tennis shoe footprints, Miss Eagle, among the shattered blooms.
You know that there have been ghostly goings-on here at the manor, don't you, Julia?
Miss Eagle, if I may speak freely, all 3 of these girls are under some strain. They will soon compete against each other for the All England Cup. The pressure may have forced one to do something she'll later regret.
two of Lady Edna's house guests. The one on the right is Kelly Apgood, who thinks she's seen a ghost. The one on the left is Catherine Boyd.
I really don't want to talk about this. It's rather personal. Sure, tennis is lovely fun and all, but lately I've come to think it's not really any proper pursuit for a young lady. My great-great-grandmother thought she had a special talent too, but it brought her nothing but trouble. And now I feel she's been trying to tell me not to make the same mistake.
But Kelly...
But nothing, my mind's made up. Now goodbye.
You'd better leave Kelly alone. She's pretty troubled about something.
Catherine, do you know anything about what's upset Kelly so much?
Not really. It's a family thing, I guess. But I don't know anything or anybody in the Apgood family except Kelly. She just told me that she heard a voice late last night. A spooky voice. It said it was her great-great-grandmother Winifred. And it said, "Don't be like me. Go home."
Creepy. If that voice wasn't really a ghost's, it had to belong to someone who knew a lot about the Apgood family and the story of Lady Winifred. How else would someone know just what to say to upset Kelly? Here's one of the tennis stars who's staying with Lady Edna. Her name is Rebecca Locke. Hello, Rebecca. We're friends of Lady Edna's. Are you here to watch some tennis?
No, I'm here to get some practice. I'm not like Kelly Apgood. See, she never seems to practice. But if I'm going to do well at the All England, it's practice, practice, practice.
We heard Kelly Apgood was thinking about giving up tennis altogether.
Well, she shouldn't. She's a natural. Everyone knows she's the one to beat to win the All England Cup. I think maybe she's just tired of tennis, or scared of losing. So she made up this ghost story to explain why she's going to quit.
I like tennis, even though I can never get my serve to go right. Jake and I are pretty evenly matched, which is all you need for a good game. See that man over there by the historical records? That's Mr. Dumont, Lady Edna's friend, waiting for us.
I have been gathering information about Lady Winifred Apgood, Kelly Apgood, great-great-grandmother. But the Apgood family seems to be very, how do you say it in English, traditional. Kelly's parents will say only that Lady Winifred left the family in disgrace. That is all. They are most stubborn.
How can someone leave a family? When you're related, you're related. Jake and I can't just get mad at each other and decide not to be brother and sister anymore.
100 years ago, that was not the case. Especially here in England. If you did something that brought shame on your family, you might leave your hometown forever. They might think of you as a stranger, instead of as family. The Apgood family is still treating Lady Winifred as a stranger, even after 100 years. I finally got the full story from Mr. Jeremy Apgood. It seems Lady Winifred could not tolerate the rules for women of Victorian England. She loved buildings and gardens, and wished to be an architect. At the time, this was unheard of. A woman want to be an architect? Husband said never. So she packed her bags and left, never to return. The family assumed she died penniless in London. But I find that is not true. In these records, I see she took a boat to America in 1801, and attained great success as a landscape architect. She then worked with Julia Morgan, the great architect, who designed and built her castle in California.
So Lady Winifred Apgood did what she wanted and was very successful, but none of her family members know it.
Yes, that is right.
Even if you believed in ghosts, there's no way Winifred Apgood would come back to tell Kelly to wimp out on her dreams. She'd be cheering for Kelly, telling her to go for it. This ghost story sounds flimsier by the minute. This history book says that the years from about 1850 to 1900 are called Victorian times. Let's have a look at our chart of kings in the Eagle Eye Handbook and see why. Check your chart of monarchs to find out who ruled England during the last half of the 19th century. That would be any time from 1850 to 1901. That's right. Queen Victoria ruled England all the way from 1837 to 1901. That's why we call those days Victorian times. People who think that women can't write obviously never read Aunt Miranda's stories in the London Times. We're ready to reveal the truth about the ghost of Winifred Apgood. Pick the clues that prove our case. Now point out who's behind the Vaporous Victorian visitor. If you think the ghost is real, pick her out. You got it! That was no ghost that Kelly heard. It was Kathy Boyd trying to get her to give up playing tennis. We quickly figured out that this wasn't a real ghost. Real ghosts don't leave sneaker prints all over the flower garden. One of Kelly's two tennis friends was trying to make her drop out of the All England Cup tennis tournament. Why? Because Kelly was the one favored to win. But which tennis star was doing it? Whoever it was must have known the Apgood family story about Lady Winifred, but Auntie and Dumont said it was really hard to find out anything from the Apgoods. He finally had to talk to Kelly's brother, Jeremy. But we knew he wasn't the only one to talk with Jeremy. We saw a letter from Jeremy Apgood to Catherine Boyd. He must have told her about Lady Winifred. And Catherine Boyd got a spooky idea, to use a voice from beyond the grave to make Kelly drop out of the tournament.